This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. So in this session, we are going to see what exactly is the difference between SU22 and SU24 transaction. And this is also a very important interview question from SAP Security point of view. Okay, so let us go into details of these two T codes. So the first T code SU22 gives us the details of SAP standard authorization check for a particular tree code. So you take any transaction in SAP, every transaction has some authorization checks happened when you execute the transaction. And that list of authorization checks, what all authorization objects will be checked, that list and the linkage or the relationship between the T code and authorization objects is maintained in SU22. Okay, so that is the basic data which we get from SAP as a SAP standard. Now, what exactly is SU24? SU24 also looks like a similar T code, just equal to SU22, but to begin with, SU24 will not have any data in it. So what we do, using SU25 transaction, SU25 is generally we used in the fresh installations and upgrade concepts. So let us take an example of fresh installation. So when you're taking a fresh installation, you will actually look into the SU24 will be empty. So using SU25, you load the data, you copy data from SU22 to SU24. So as soon as you copy the data in the SU22 and SU24 would be the same. But now how it differs? Later, what we do is we try to add additional authorization checks. So it contains to begin with SAP standard checks. Okay, initially, later, whatever the customization we want to do, we don't touch SU22. We keep it as it is because it acts like a standard reference document for us in future. So once we copied the data here, it's like a copy of SU22 plus the customization, whatever the customization, additions or removal of authorization checks, you can do it here. And not only that, the advantage of maintaining in SU24 is one more advantage is authorizations will be pulled into your role from SU24. So when you are creating a role, when you put the transactions in the menu, the authorizations that are getting pulled into your authorization tab, they are coming from SU24 transaction. Whatever the list you have in SU24, that comes in into your role. Okay. So SU22 will be standard. Do not touch it. Don't do any changes ever in SU22. If you want to do any change, you should always do it in SU24 because it is like a customer copy. And authorizations also will be pulled from SU24 only. So that is the reason we are doing the changes in SU24. So let us have a look at the T codes now. How this look like. SU22, I'm going first. So enter a transaction here. And then you click on execute. So it will give you the list of authorization objects linked with this T code, or you can say related to this T code. And here, mainly you have to focus on the proposal part. Whichever values or authorization objects have proposal yes, those values, I can see some around 10 objects have proposal yes, these objects will be pulled into your role. All the objects will be checked when this transaction is executed because the check indicator is listed as check. So all the below objects will be checked when you execute SU01 transaction, but only these objects are mandatory, whichever has proposal as yes. That is the reason these objects only whichever is the proposal is yes, only those objects will be pulled into your role. Not from SU22, but from SU24. So let us see the SU24 transaction, how it looks like. It looks almost similar. It is very difficult to recognize as well, which is what, unless and until you look into the T code where you are. I'm going to the same transaction, SU01, and then execute. Yeah, yeah, see, so it's exactly the same. Let me filter by S. Yeah, the objects are also same because I did not do, or there are no changes we have done here. So if you look into the both this is the screen of SU22 and this is the screen of SU24. So it always looks the same. But the objects what I told you will be pulled. It is from SU24. So whatever the changes you want to do, you can do it here. Now we are in the display mode of SU22. So I cannot do SU24. We cannot do changes. You have to click on edit mode here, display/change, to add any objects here. So when I click on edit, now we are in the edit mode. So for SU01 transaction, I can add an object. Object can be added or removed. That is one change we can do. Or we can change the check indicator. Some objects have them check right. I can make some of them as do not check. Or proposal can be changed. Yes, no, yes without values, new not maintained. So basically yes or no is the major difference. We will see that in a separate class, what exactly is the difference between all those values. But you can change it here, the proposal, even the field values. For example, I select this s underscore user underscore agr. I click on field values edit. So these are the default values given by SAP. Activity 03 and 22 stands for assign. So if you want to remove assign here, you can do it. That is what editing of field values. So finally, what I want to say is, whenever you want to do any changes in your T codes, do it in SU24, and whenever you do in SU24, they will be pulled into your role concept. Okay, so be very careful when you do the changes, because if you do unwanted changes, they may go into production. The role gets modified and the role may get transported into the production system. Yeah, that's about difference between SU22 and SU24. So we will see more details about other topics in the later session. Thanks everyone.